That's what I'm saying. The beginning of the movie says 3 days later.
That's how it is. Here we go. Hi. Once upon a groove on an old soul tune. I watch the pen move to shape the breakthrough. Who makes moves, maneuver in the right direction? The rest of you get left behind and messed up in the session. I'm not trying to make a difference. Maybe some pocket change. I'm content with the boom bap.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Hey! Episode 180 of Drunk Cast Live.
Yeah.
The big 180.
We finally made it.
Is that the temperature or the...
Can we do something special on
That's really interesting coincidence, isn't it?
Can we do something special on episode 187?
That was my exact...
Yes, we're going to kill someone live on the air.
An undercover cop?
No. Well, can we find them? I mean,
It's hard.
all we have to do is
It's
ask
hard.
every person in plain
like a
clothes
snipe
if
hunt.
they're a cop or not, and legally they have to tell us.
I'm just saying, if you'd like to be killed on episode 187, call 412-447.
And now we're all on the no-fly list.
Right.
Wonderful.
Right.
But we still buy guns.
Guys,
Sorry.
what's the blue shield mean?
I apologize. The joke went too far.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hey!
I'm Travis,
Hi, I'm Dylan.
and we're a podcast that likes to have topical drinks over alcoholic things from the week.
Tropical climes.
Tropical climates.
Topical drinks, we apply them like to our skin.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm working on it. Shh. It's patent pending. Someday.
God damn it, don't spill the beans, Dylan.
I'm opening a gastropub where everything is actually just applied directly to your knuckles.
Yeah.
I thought that's the fastest way. I mean, I can't blow anything up into your anus. So
Sorry, I just had
Yet.
a wonderful gastro joke that I'm not going to say because all my jokes last week got it cut out. So
well, to be fair, the entire segment got cut out. So
Yeah.
oh shit. It's the next
wait,
one.
is that someone actually calling?
Wait.
It's an 832 number. Caller, go ahead.
Oh my God.
You're on the air.
This is the Drunkcast shot line.
I'm on the air.
Who are we talking to?
This is Kika, Kicksticks from Twitter.
Oh, dude, what's going on?
How are y'all doing?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right.
I've been meaning to call for like 2 years, and I always keep putting it off. And like, I just happened to see your tweet, and I was like, and I'm kind of on steel reserve right now. So I figured I'd give you a buzz just to say hi.
That's really good bang for your buck too.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to hear your voices and actually reply. It's not just like I'm listening to a podcast.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party. Come visit, damn it.
So hopefully I will get the chance to be in Austin pretty soon. So I'll be sure to stop by.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a spot at the table for you. You're basically our number one fan, so I mean.
Hey, I've been listening for about 3 years now. Wait, right? Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah. Jesus, man, you either drink a lot of Steel Reserve or we're doing something right, I guess. So.
Either way,
You're doing something right.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. I really,
well
really
played,
appreciate
champion.
it. Hey, I appreciate the call,
All
man.
right,
Yeah, just give us a shout if you ever come up.
All right, no problem, man.
All right, gonna have a
Y'all
good
take it easy.
You too.
Cheers.
Later.
Cheers.
Well, that worked out fucking perfect.
Hey, it worked.
That's the thing.
That was kind of awesome.
That's pretty awesome. And it's funny, too, because he's been wanting to call for a long time. I've been wanting to meet him in real life for a long time. And it's just hilarious because this is the first time we've actually got this thing to fucking work in 2 years. So he would have just left the voicemail, and that would have been a bummer. So glad he waited.
Proof of concept achieved.
Yeah.
So it only takes 4 years to get a call.
First, we get the khakis.
Oh, then we get the phone call, and then we get the music video.
Yeah, we get the music video.
And then Van Halen.
Yeah. It's Catch-22, dude, a little bit. Speaking of Catch-22s, we got some interesting people hanging out with us to talk about the things that have happened over the week or any other phone call that may come through. I got Dylan Canfield over here on the left-hand side.
Thank you, sir.
Billy.com.
Billy.com.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see your face, sir.
I will not discuss barbecue this time.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, if we have to.
Okay, only if you... Okay, you'd be a barbecue expert.
Well,
A senior barbecue...
You brought your own knife. So
Yeah, I did. I've listened to that episode many times since then, and I think I'm proud to say that I'm maybe the drunkest person that's ever been on Drunk.
No, not even close.
God, no. God, no.
All right, so just to keep this clear, the fact that he listened to it and remembered that he was drunk...
Correction.
Proves you were not drunk.
Well, no,
Multiple times.
he's usually not drunk until someone steals his keys, you know? So
Yes.
for him to notice that he's that drunk and to listen to himself multiple times and then also try to make an embargo on barbecue talk, like,
Yeah.
I think that means he was really drunk.
I did my part. you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I tried.
You were fun. You were a lot of fun.
I called strip clubs the cheapest experience you could ever have, which I understand where I was going with that, but I perhaps did not explain it.
It's a complicated joke. I liked it.
The pepperoni bitcoins, though, I'm going to stand by that. I'm standing by that 100%.
What was it for dinosaurs? Something for dinosaurs?
Coke for dinosaurs.
Coke for dinosaurs.
Dinosaur Coke.
Dinosaur Coke. Yeah.
Yes.
Across from him is Zad McWaters coming back.
Hello again.
Our Beard and our Luck Dragon.
Hello, I love you.
One of our favorite people.
All of you.
Love you too, man. Love you too. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. You're welcome. Man, that's
Did,
so exciting.
did I do that all right? Like, that's the first time I've ever had to deal with that, and I wasn't trying to like hurry him off, but also at the same time, it's like, what do we? I mean, what else you want to? Great to talk to you. Next caller, like, well, there's no next caller, you know. Like, I wasn't trying to kick him off.
Had he not already been a friend of the show, the longest time friend of the show.
Yeah, that's true.
We may have asked him some questions, asked what he was drinking. He didn't mention he was drinking already. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He went right into it.
So,
I
yeah.
should have asked him the spirit question. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next time.
Well, when he's on the show,
Say that for
actually.
actual
Yeah,
guests.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Not just anybody. But, yeah. So this is
no,
the
really,
show so far.
anybody. This is like the first time this has happened. We're all very excited.
No, anyone can call, but I'm going to save
Works.
the spirit animal specifically for people who are on the show. I think Dylan's right on that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah,
You got to earn it. Yeah.
You had to be there.
Yeah, he's from Houston, and
Houston?
yeah,
Houston.
Houston, yeah.
Gross.
Thanks, Google.
I'm sure he's having a rougher time than we are in Austin. Like you said, 180 degrees. It's been so balmy. I feel like it just happened too.
Well,
did,
we're
yeah.
also a lot wetter this year than previous years.
That's true. That's
That
true.
makes a big fucking difference. Houston's way used to that.
Of course.
Like East Coast or East Side, Texas.
Yeah.
That's just nothing but swamp water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
We usually have a break or two, and now it's over. So
Yeah. Now we can't even swim in the water.
Now it's just mosquitoes, mosquitoes, mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Trips to the lake we'll never make.
yeah,
All that land I didn't buy.
all those tubes you won't float in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the water tainted on the river or something? Or
Yeah.
is it really?
The Lake Austin right now is dangerous to swim in, I guess. Dogs are not. They tell you not to let your dog swim in the water.
Wow.
Because it literally like flooded all these areas where people were trying to habitat because it was so low for so long. And
Sewage and whatnot.
Yeah.
So the general poison of humanity is seeped into the
We
water.
did it!
We did it.
We did.
Take that, Mother Nature.
Now we've ruined all of the things. Lava, you're next.
And we're trying. We're throwing trash in there all the time.
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
For science reasons.
Yeah.
For YouTube hits, basically.
And also, I got to get rid of these tires reasons. Which that's an excellent way to get rid of tires, I would say.
That does
Volcanoes.
ashes to ashes.
yeah.
thermo power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Volcanic molten rock.
I think it's a pretty good measuring stick of whether or not something is biodegradable. If it can survive lava.
Yeah.
At that point, you know, all right, you know what, we've gone too far.
Actually, for 10 years, there's the same McDonald's cheeseburger still trying to burn in that lava.
I would believe that,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
So far, it's that McDonald's cheeseburger and tardigrades. Those are the only ones.
It's medium rare at this point.
Sure. It's
Finally.
finally edible. Yeah. It's been
Well,
cooked.
it was never meat in the first place, really.
No, they're using meat now.
Now,
Yeah.
the one they threw in
What kind
was
of animal?
Technically, we don't know. Science has not come up with a word for it yet.
the one they threw in.
It's part
they dug
tortoise
up,
and a little platypus. So,
the one they
A
threw in. They
tortopus.
dug up from an underground cache, like from years and years and years
yeah,
ago.
yeah, of catapus.
So
That's where all the caterpie were living.
Yeah.
Caterpie.
who are all
that's
dead
plural,
now
yeah.
because of human trash. Take that, nature.
Have I said this on the show before? This is a weird little factoid about McDonald's. Apparently, they for a long time they had a great recipe for an eggplant sandwich. I guess
I've heard that rumor before.
eggplant sandwich, but they can't do it because the amount of the interest and the demand in the thing would actually deplete 100% of eggplant across the globe.
Is that a urban legend, or
I'm not sure.
Because I've seen that before,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure if that was true or not.
If we
Yeah,
were
I
live,
don't-
I'd ask any of our friends from McDonald's to call.
Oh, we have a botanist friend who could call.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But, he doesn't specialize in eggplant. Psh.
He knows a lot, though.
yeah, but
he's
he
not a
probably
pussy.
knows somebody.
He knows how to research too
That's
pretty
true.
well.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's a watermelon man. We know that.
It's just like, okay, so you know Nutella, right?
I do.
Nutella, very famous hazelnut
Sure.
chocolate spread.
They got in a lot of trouble for lying about how healthy their shit was.
Well, the
Why did they
salmonella didn't
ever-
hurt.
Why did they ever claim their shit was healthy? It's fucking chocolate.
Yeah.
Like,
It's chocolate and hazelnut.
Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
but I learned recently that I think like some huge percentage of the world's hazelnuts are processed into Nutella
Just-
by the Nutella company.
Wow, Jesus.
Like it's like 60% or something like retarded
Yeah.
like that.
All those poor little Nutella
so
plants.
the eggplant concept, hypothetically,
Sure.
like
It has water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or holds water. It has water. We have
While
water.
I don't know. I don't know if that was actually true. There is the possibility that if it did become popular, that would actually cripple the eggplant industry or something. I don't know.
I figure big eggplant would be behind that. You know? Yeah,
I don't think
cash
there is.
cow.
I think the beautiful thing about eggplants is there is no big eggplant
Thank Christ.
Yeah, that you know of.
that I know of.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
They could be like cornerstone of the Illuminati.
There's
or
a
some
purple
shit
veil
for all I
somewhere where
know.
they're just snickering. They don't know yet.
purple and green on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or finally, they'll come after us because we actually said it out loud. You know,
Damn
Yay!
it. That's what I was
Excitement.
like.
plant lobby keeps blocking my research.
So basically, in episode 187, we'll be the ones murdered.
Yeah, that's true.
By
187.
by big egg.
Wait, which one of us is the cop?
Legally,
You have to tell us if you ask.
Yeah. I'm looking at you, Canfield.
I was just, I was literally picturing the Hamburglar like showing up with guns.
The hamburger. Oh, that's
Just
just
like boom, double fist.
Hamburger bandoliers, like ham bandoliers.
No, just two semi-automatic rifles in
Oh, I just thought
each
it was.
hand.
It seemed like there was going to be
I think he's got a cape. Like
There's-
the
well, there-
stripes
He does have a
would
cape,
Give him away
yes.
a little bit.
like
but,
cape and revolvers is what it looked like. You're pulling
Yeah.
revolvers out, not
Yeah.
MP5Ks or something.
Not that
right?
we'll
Well-
have time to see that because he's just going to pull up in the Ronald McDonald car.
Oh, sure.
And like basically put half a torso out the window and
Right.
spray the whole area.
Right. Just I'm loving it over and over again.
And he's going to make sure to say Allahu Akbar
This is JT
while he does it.
Justin Timberlake like taped to the front of the thing, screing, "I'm loving it, I'm loving it." Contract says, "I'm loving it, I'm loving it."
And you know the fry goes in there to clean up the whole mess like nothing ever happened.
oh, you want to?
I like the idea of them as big specialists. They're quiet; they won't tell anybody.
He won't even have to pin it on any other like culture or religion.
It's like, no, I'm the hamburger.
Yeah.
What'd you expect?
Yeah.
I don't talk. I've never had lines.
I just snicker.
I just rabble.
Now who's snickering now? Right?
Yeah. He said, snickering.
Yeah. Under his snickering breath.
That's why we need to build a wall.
Between McDonald Land and America, and they're going to build it. Or they're going to pay for it.
And Grimace is going to pay for it.
Between America and Playland.
Who's happy now?
Grimace is all like, what the fuck, guys?
I don't like this. He looks like an eggplant. See?
And the water's. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Grimace is behind the whole fucking thing.
He dons his wizard hat.
We
and
figured out
robe.
another one.
Damn it.
We're just too good.
Yeah,
The question really is,
our fates are sealed now.
how deep does this go?
I mean,
And do we have the wherewithal to follow it through to the end?
I don't know and no. The two answers.
Moving on.
This is your first time tuning into our show. It's going to be about like this for the rest. So get out now
Strap in.
or strap in. Yeah.
While you're still, quote, safe, end quote.
Well, let's take our first break. And we'll come back with more podcast.
Wipe the dust off the canvas and wait till we break.
His name is Big E Bird. It's not-
It's deep groove, and the night's through. What a feeling, what a nice mood. A bam, boom, rock. We're here to rock you. It's like, damn, what a vibe.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Yeah.
Segment 2.
Segment.
The Decibel Deuce. Still hanging out in my backyard. I didn't actually mention that before.
Yeah.
My backyard. Thank everyone for coming and hanging
where
out.
we are.
And all of you listening to coming out and hanging out in my backyard. Because we're a family, damn it.
Should I make train noises to make it a little more?
F1.
We do it in post.
It's a really loud Tom Petty somewhere.
Oh,
Or yet another Garth Brooks song.
Or the point of the night where the drunk people around the corner start singing Alabama songs.
Oh, sure. Or Fastball, right?
Yeah. No, I haven't heard the fastball.
What's it?
Yeah,
Am I getting Fastball mixed up with someone else?
probably.
Who got on a night train?
Oh, that's Guns N' Roses.
No, not night train. And, who got on the train, the last train to anywhere?
Minute Train to Georgia.
Well, Kenneth Parcell did.
train to nowhere.
No.
Took a midnight train
Going
Oh, yeah.
That's
Journey.
That's Journey.
It's
yeah.
Journey. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's not
that's the
Journey I'm
word.
thinking of. Think of someone else.
Journey does get played there a lot, though.
What is the... do you guys... Is there a song that will get played on a jukebox that you got to sing to?
Oh.
Okay, we got a couple
It depends
traditions
on-
in
it
certain
depends on
things.
where
Like
you
when
are.
we're at Don's, of course, every time Hot for Teacher plays, but when Matt,
Well, that's
Don's son's playing,
playing.
like it's a small
Yeah.
tradition to knock on the wall or whatever. It's sometimes very difficult to not sing to Journey.
Well, I can say from personal experience is a journey that'll get most people singing. Friends in low places will usually get
Sure.
a crowd going.
We get a crowd going, but what about us? What do you guys think? Like, because I'll sing anything. I'll sing most old country for sure.
Whenever
Under my
Mike
breath, at least.
whenever Mike McDonald's on, of course we're always in there.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, he's a living legend.
I think it really depends on, like, for me, it's going to depend on where this jukebox is and what it is exactly. Because, like, the first time I went to the Hideout, which is a little teeny tiny bar up north,
Yeah.
was like the shittiest way to possibly get to it.
Okay.
Yep.
But we've had I've been there numerous times, and they've swapped the jukebox since then. But they used to have this jukebox that had all manner of shit I used to listen to in it, like Cursive and a bunch of punk stuff and a bunch of so I very much enjoyed like that one time that I was there where somebody was actually like pumping quarters into that thing and actually picking songs that I knew and liked
Sure.
from way back. But that's such a specific case.
Right.
If I know it, I might sing along if nothing else is happening.
I just want to sidebar for a second. Kids, quarters are a denomination of physical currency.
It's literally the name actually comes from the percentage of a dollar.
Yes.
Correct. It
4
is
quarters
1/4.
makes $1. 25
It is a
cents.
quarter of a dollar. Yes.
I don't know how much that is in Bitcoin.
And
You might find some of them in your parents'
Not much.
loose change
Yeah.
area.
Littered all over the floor.
in a couch.
But you also, kids, you have to understand. You have to understand that for a lot of us in participating in this right now, quarters were like a lifeline, a source of
That's-
good news.
That's actually
true.
a really good. That's really
every
good.
time.
That's
'Cause
good.
I grew up in arcades.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
that was a
if I had
video
a
game
Yeah,
denomination.
between music, jukeboxes, and arcades, the quarter was
And a phone call, too.
Yeah.
Jesus
the
Christ.
thing that like defined about 20 or 30
if
years
I got
of culture.
if I got out of school and
Yeah.
had like 4 quarters in my pocket, I was happy as shit.
yeah, that's like a
Because-
Coke and a video game.
If you put $20 in a change machine in an arcade,
You could play
were
all day long.
rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were rich.
Yes.
You were playing for
It was
hours.
Fliff night.
Yeah.
You weren't even counting it. You're just handing them out to your friends. Yeah.
Here, it's just a quarter.
So next on Old Cast, yeah.
Yeah. Quarters were a big deal
Sure.
for me. And now my back hurts.
And get off my lawn.
All right, so it's for Adam. It's specific.
It's specific either.
It's contingent on the situation. But is there a
Yeah.
song that you hear? You're like, I fucking love this song.
Honestly,
or if
the
people start singing the song too, like, I'll sing a little Midnight Train or whatever.
The Journey song, Midnight Train,
Yeah.
is so easy to make.
Everyone always gets
Easy to
in there,
make
yeah.
fun of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like one thing I've always hated about that song is I do not like that song at
Okay.
all.
Okay.
But one thing I've always hated is eventually it just devolves into him pointing stuff out that he sees.
Sure.
In which case that's just
Right.
that's just low hanging fruit.
Red light, people
Yeah, hobo,
right.
dog shit.
Sitting at a picnic table.
Yeah, and
microphone, mo lord in the night. Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's just and you can have fun with it. It's quite easy. That guy got laid so much.
Sure. Yeah. Titty, other tit. Who's your friend? She's invited.
Get on tour bus tonight.
Canfield, do you have any songs like that?
Having worked as a bouncer for years
Yep.
and unfortunately worked at clubs that did karaoke, Bon Jovi,
yeah.
Dead or Alive? Is
Yeah.
that what the song is even called?
Yes.
I'm
Sure.
a cowboy. That
On
one.
a steel horse I ride.
Horse. Is Al Gore singing the song? That was
Steel
pretty-
horse I ride.
On a steel horse I ride.
On a steel man bear pig.
horse.
I'm a cowboy.
I have to say that is like one of my go-tos for karaoke.
That's a great song.
I will say that it's one of the few songs where everybody gets involved
Sure.
because they all know the one line. Like, wanted. And
Dead
then everybody
or
joins
alive.
in. Dead or alive.
Is that the beach? Now?
Yeah, it was, I don't know. I don't know. Seagulls in the desert.
No, those are the dolphins singing along.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
'Cause they
sing a lot of
love
Douglas
Bon Jovi.
Adams. So, yeah.
Who doesn't?
Just a small town girl working in the champagne room.
No touch.
And for whatever reason, the little ditty about Jack
Don't
and
tell
Diane.
my mom that I've been here for years.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah,
John
life goes on.
Cougar,
Yeah.
Trying to keep their family fed.
Yeah.
Mellencamp.
That was Mellencamp days.
yeah.
Back to the quarter thing, I was remembering this Reddit thread. In 1953, Coca-Cola attempted to persuade the U.S. Treasury to mint a 7.5 cent coin
Just to sell Coke.
because a can of Coke had been a nickel since 1886 and needed to be raised due to inflation, but they felt a dime was too much. So they didn't want to force people to spend a dime. They wanted a specific thing in between.
It was
Like,
My-
it was almost a kind
it's
gesture.
like, wow, how corporations have changed.
Or not.
yeah. Can you make a $500 coin that fits in this only the Coca-Cola machine? That's net neutrality.
Well, that would
That's
be
what
no, they
does.
can't. That would be incredibly European of them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like or the rest of the fucking world, you know. I really wish we had better coin currency than pennies. Come on.
I think that's one of the reasons I keep still going back to Ren Fair, is just because we convert a lot of money into the dollar coins.
Gold coins. Yeah,
And
you get
it
a
really,
satchel of them. And
Yeah.
Say what now? What?
Yeah.
Yes, we actually we save up the amount of money that we're going to spend over the season,
Okay.
and Jessie goes to the bank and she makes them turn that amount of money into the dollar coins.
Oh, the Sacagawea
Yeah.
thingies? Yeah.
And so we carry around
Dollar gold coins.
dollar
Gotcha.
coins,
Uh-huh.
X amount per day or
Well,
whatever.
that's fitting
And we
with
pay for
the,
and
the
like
theme.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
If you
I like
show
a
up
bag
with
of
Susan
gold.
B. Anthony,
Yeah.
are you like some kind of baller? Susan B.
I don't-
Anthony.
That's actually the next. That's the next step in this bit, Adam. What you should do is you should put them in denominations for beer or for other things, and put them in their own bags. So you can just come up to, because you know the bartenders know how much you're going to pay, and you just go just drop the whole bag. Beer, please. You know,
Jesse can kick out
Yeah.
some
dramatic
bags.
as fucking
Yeah.
possible. Yeah.
But they need to put them in the thing. So
Oh, well, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
That's their problem.
I mean, they're already counting a bunch of coins instead of using a credit card like a normal person.
I need one to tip. You ding it off the thing, ding, and everybody's happy.
Didn't you smash? Didn't you accidentally smash through?
I launched one right through the glass of this one thing, and I felt so bad.
It was awesome. It was like it made a hole, right? It didn't
Yeah.
fall apart. It just like went through.
It just made this neat little hole
Nat 20s.
through the glass. And well, anyway, Meg,
Yeah.
my favorite bartender ever in the whole wide world, there. She's really into the coin thing, and she has actually started like a little sub economy
Okay.
over the course of the season, because people will sometimes ask for change in those cool gold coins.
Oh
They
yeah,
say.
yeah, sure.
And so she has the vast majority of them, and they're like the person she has to hand the money to gets pissed off when she has to carry like a 17-pound bag.
yeah, a wheelbarrow of gold coins.
Yeah. So it's fun. We have fun.
I mean, really, honestly, it sounds like a money making opportunity where you can take maybe $1,000 worth of gold coins, and then have a little booth at the front and say like, "Would you like to trade to local currency, quote unquote?" Like,
Yeah.
bank.
$2.
Yeah, $2 for a gold coin.
$2 a coin.
or $1.25 or something like that. But you sell them in hundreds, or 50s or whatever,
or in those little bags.
or in little bags. Oh yeah, even better.
I think that would actually be highly illegal.
no, it's currency trading. You can do that with anything. It's the same thing
No,
as saying.
I know, but the currency that you're actually giving them has denomination on it.
You're selling a
That's
bag.
fine. You're selling the bag. That's the point.
Oh.
Is the extra bag is the 25 cents to $1 or whatever. Yeah,
Guys,
Well
now
played.
we're talking.
That's what I'm saying.
Well played.
Also, and if someone handshakes, if you and I handshake, if I give you $100 and you give me $50,
Is that in the handshake that we did that?
I handshake. Well, and yeah, hidden of course because cops
Yeah.
are looking. No, if we handshake, hey, I'm going to give you $100, you give me 50 back for no reason. Like that's not illegal. Like if you know that you're going to get less, I mean, it's the same reason why you could put a quarter and a penny into a thing and it presses it into like a picture of like something from the Great Lakes or something.
Yeah.
Those old stupid novelty.
A picture of a
Oh,
reptoid.
they still make those everywhere.
Oh, everywhere.
Every
I
museum.
think they're 50 cents now
on Earth.
too. So you spend
Oh
51
no,
cents.
they're $1.
Yeah, I was going to say
damn it.
I was at a
they're a lot
museum.
more than that.
I was at a museum 2 weeks ago. It was $1 to get a penny back pinched out in the shape of like a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
$1.
Damn you, inflation.
And I had to crank the fucking thing myself.
Yeah, that's yeah.
What?
For nostalgia reasons. Oh, it's just like I'm putting pennies back at home for the cult that I'm a part of.
Those are my favorite days because the other days I shucked corn. Yeah.
The mystery crank.
Turn the crank. Yeah.
I've done that.
Kimmy Schmidt reference for you guys who follow him. The other part, there's a first comment actually in the same thread, this Coca-Cola thing. In another attempt, the Coca-Cola company briefly implemented a strategy where 1 in every 9 vending machine bottles was empty. The empty bottle was called an official blank, quote unquote. This meant that while most nickels inserted in a vending machine would yield cold drinks, 1 in 8 patrons would have to insert 2 nickels in order to get a bottle. This effectively raised the price to 5.625 cents, but they never implemented it.
Yeah, just to fuck people over, huh?
Well, because they were trying to keep it more than 5 cents.
Yeah.
You know, like,
You know, I
but
would
that's
actually.
like the shittiest thing you could do. Like,
You're the one guy.
I would actually blame that. Like,
it's like
okay,
gambling. You
like,
know,
you're
you
the
go to an
suit.
ATM in Vegas and it spits out nothing. Like, sorry,
Like you're the suit
Right.
that had that idea, and you walk down from the conference area down the stairs
Touch-
onto the
touching yourself.
floor,
Yeah.
touching yourself, and you talk to the foreman guy, the dude sweating, right? And you're like, "Here's this idea. Check this out.
Right.
Every X number of bottles is empty," and he just goes, "Have you seen this machine? Like, we don't do this shit by hand, man. Like, we literally can't do that."
yeah,
And no, we're not going to. And he goes, "Oh, okay. All right, George."
yeah.
And goes back up the stairs and, okay, that one's off. Next idea. Billy, you're up.
They never implemented the strategy on a national scale. Apparently,
They tried it on a local scale. Huh?
instead they permanently implemented a strategy where 2 in every 9 times a bottle is paid for, nothing comes out of the machine. Since studies show that more than half of those people decide it isn't worth their time to get their money back.
So they rigged the machines.
I mean, that's human nature. That's
Yeah.
what I call that, Adam. I call that a rebate culture.
Yes.
It's the most beautiful thing in the whole world. Like, I'll give you $50 off if you remember to mail a thing in
And have
Dun, dun,
patience
dun.
for 4 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, and hope that all your shit got there.
Yeah.
I got really, really neurotic actually because I was like making
Getting expired
multiple
shit.
copies of things and taking pictures of them, so I always have proof. They're like, no, it never showed up. It's like, no, I paid for tracking. I need my 35 cents back.
Right, but then you're made to feel shame.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just the nature of this beast that
Yeah.
we have. You can conflate this to anything. Like, why are the voting? Like, why is everyone so distrustful about voting
Right.
records and all of those tallies? Oh, I don't know. Probably because they're not worth trusting.
Right. Or it's also a lot of work to look through them. Or
Like, God, so hard, you guys.
I can't believe I volunteered
I have
for
to
this.
count these by hand.
God damn. I got ultimate frisbee later.
I
can't
have
do
to work
this.
one day a year counting.
Yeah.
I blame Florida myself.
I always blame
It doesn't
Florida.
matter. The super delegates already said words.
Mm-hmm.
I just counted theirs. They're over there.
Yeah.
Two cards.
What did Oprah say? She always
Yes.
picks the winner.
Listen to Oprah. The
Anyway.
kingmaker has spoken.
Just see how long it's been going on and from where it comes from. Yeah.
Thanks, Coca-Cola. Thank you.
Thanks for
the 2016 election brought to you by Coca-Cola.
thanks for Christmas. Thanks for that bullshit. Thanks for everything.
Let's take another break. We'll come back with more about that.
These dusty bricks, bitters, mix, bitter cats, split bricks.
And it happened so quickly.
Shit, I got to get to where I'm going on this fortified train. Slowly sewing my name on the quilt bricks. Wipe the dust off the canvas and wait till we break.
Welcome back to the show, buddy. Hey! Segment 3, the Fighting 3. Yeah! Fighting 3, for those who are not initiated, I guess. I guess we haven't really talked about that in a long time. Fighting 3 is mostly about the fact we have fighting spirit.
Yeah.
It's not that we actually fight.
We're plucky.
We're plucky. We're go-getters. Nothing's going to back us down.
No, we won't. We're going to Tom Petty that thing, man.
Yeah.
We will not back down.
We will not back down.
Are you the one?
I don't know.
I am now.
There can only be one.
So I have a thing I'm pissed off at.
Yeah, let's talk about something you're pissed off at. This is my favorite segment.
Well, it's not really pissed. It riles me in a fighting 3
Sure.
zone. If you will.
Sure. Riled up Dylan.
Zoolander 2. What a horrible piece of shit that was.
Oh, you saw
my-
it finally. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Did you actually see that?
Why
did you do that?
Because it was, like Thursday night at like midnight. I'm like, I don't feel like going to sleep yet, so fuck it, let's watch this movie.
Sure.
That I've heard everyone tell me is the worst sequel ever.
Yeah.
Well, the best way I can say this is a friend of mine said, Zoolander 2 makes Anchorman 2 look like a beautiful, amazing piece of art.
Was that Dave?
Yes. Yes.
That sounds, yeah, it's perfect.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show.
But yeah, it was so terrible. It was.
The best review I'd seen of this movie before it came out, it was a reviewer, and the review was actually pretty simple. He said, I've never walked out of a movie. I've always said, even when I was paying for my own movies, that the movie at least deserves me watching the entire thing. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something. I always sit through the movie, except for Zoolander 2. Like, there was so little to be seen and so little to be read, so little in any kind of substance that he realized it was never going to get better. Might as well walk away with his sanity,
Yeah. I can say the best part of Zoolander 2 was Billy Zane.
Of course, it's always...
And few times has that ever been said in the history of cinema. But in this
Look,
case, it is true.
You listen to your good friend Billy Zane. He's a cool dude.
Well, that's true.
Nobody's denying
The
that.
Phantom does rock. Fuck you, haters. Phantom is awesome.
Loved him in The Phantom, man.
No, that was Ben Affleck in Phantoms.
Yeah.
It's a fine line.
Yeah.
Between Affleck and Zane.
It's a letter, is what I'm saying. It's the difference between mini thins and cocaine. So
Oh yeah.
one letter.
Man, it was so bad though. It was
Well,
so
and
bad.
you got the because I haven't seen it. My understanding of the majority of what people really hated about that was that there was no everyman. Every character was absurd as fuck.
That is correct. Yeah, no, that nails it. Well, actually, the only everyman, if you will, was Billy Zane.
Oh, sure.
And he was only like at the very beginning to kind of kick the movie off, going, "Hey, remember I was referenced in the first one?
Oh, sure.
As your
Yeah.
best friend who's really cool,
Right.
Yeah, and then it got
Who else came back into the movie? Like, I'm sure they had. Like, I know Justin Timberlake, or Justin Bieber was in it.
yeah, he was killed at the very beginning.
The plot was that someone was killing all the supermodels.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and celebrities in general.
Celebrities in general. Okay.
But yeah, Bieber was.
They all
killed.
have superpowers or something? Was that like part of the gag? Was they all like had a special gift or whatever?
No,
okay.
there was no like I said, there was no It was just we're killing beautiful people because they're beautiful people. It was stupid.
That old chestnut. Yeah.
Jesus, that sounds
And there was a weird like fat shaming thing in there. It was it was terrible.
Oh,
Yeah. Do I kind of remember this? Who was that?
touch right on that.
I know there was
Hot
people
button
were upset with someone who was
topic.
playing a not transgendered, someone very ambiguous.
Well, Cumberbatch
Cumberbatch, that's right.
Cumberbatch played
Played a character who was-
ambiguous, whatever, non-sexual.
Androgynous would be the word.
No, I might go with non-sexual in this case.
Sure.
But its name was All, and it referred to itself as "All is done with you."
Oh man.
Honestly,
on paper that sounds
B.
great.
Cumby was pretty good in
Yeah.
that was all right.
On paper, yeah, that sounds great.
No, but
Except that those motherfuckers exist.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Well, that's for another show.
Not largely.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
No, it was so bad. It was just so many. So here's what irked me. Many things. One, like I said, there's no everyman. So there's nothing tying the story together. Secondly, the jokes were just terrible or rehash, or you could tell they were leftover jokes from the movie they made 16 years ago that is
Right.
no longer relevant or funny.
Right.
Why make a joke about fashion models from 2001?
Of course. Yeah.
It just doesn't
Yeah.
exist anymore.
Yeah.
And then, worst of all, okay. Before I get to the worst of all, there were obvious reshoot scenes on horrible green screen that were poorly edited in. Like,
Oh no.
yeah, where so they shot a lot of it like in Rome. So you see they're talking in Rome. Blah, blah, you can tell it's Rome. Then they cut over to something else, and you can tell they're on a green screen, and it's not even not meant to be funny.
Sure.
It's just so
It's not
shitty.
deliberately shitty. It's just shitty.
And like you could tell, this was a really bad recut. And then the dialogue isn't better. What'd you recut this for? How did this win? And then at the very end of that, my thing that really pissed me off the most, these are all A-list people who got a shitload of money to make this damn movie.
Right.
And
Because you
it
paid
got
them-
greenlit, and it was
Right.
should never have been made. It was terrible.
Because, like watching a train crash and fall to pieces You paid money to them
I'm not really sure where you're going with that.
to go see it.
No, it's free.
That's why they did it.
No,
It
no,
was
no, no,
free?
no, 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 no.
You stole it?
No. Good
on you.
I'm coming from the exact opposite of that. I'm coming from the perspective of I'm a Hollywood studio who's going to give somebody $55 million to make a movie.
Was that really that much?
It was around there, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That's my point. Like, oh, let's greenlight this.
Sure.
Why? It's a piece of shit.
Well, first, put your shoes into
It's Stiller, I guess.
put
right?
yourself into the shoes of the most complacent, thoughtless,
I don't know how to do
quote, busy.
Apparently, I have an opinion about everything, so I can't do that. Apparently, Zoolander 2 irked me so much. I'm grumpy old man myself into the corner.
Stay pure. You're doing great.
You still have your 55 mil.
I saw an interesting thought piece about the fact that
Good point.
that Adam Sandler actually did the smartest decision in his career to go for Netflix. Not even just for the money.
No, he did, yeah.
But because it doesn't matter. There's no major release, so no one's going to really criticize it like a major release. No one has to worry about major release. They already have Netflix. People are going to watch it to hate it, or they're going to it's basically Stern all over again. You know?
Yeah, no.
What
Sandler,
is good or bad about this? And he just the money doesn't talk.
Sandler really did a beautiful move on that part. Obviously, his movies have a formula. His fans love
yeah.
their formula.
Oh yeah, sure.
And he found a venue that would pay him a lot of money to do this thing. And especially at a time when Netflix was still at the very, very early stages of need content.
Yeah.
They're a little bit farther along in that now. They're actually making better choices, obviously.
Right.
And taking things more seriously with
Right.
quality programming.
Yeah.
But he was the first big celebrity they landed for a 6-picture deal that was basically here's a blank check to do the thing you do.
Right.
And he's putting them out like once every 6 months or something.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No, yeah,
it
they're
was just kind of like, okay, we put up with this for 6 movies.
Yeah.
It's just like this is a thorn,
he retires now. You know, like I guess that's the point. That's the $55 million conundrum.
And,
like,
and that guy gets his goods
yeah,
from all of us,
yeah.
and he goes off into obscurity, as any God who'll listen would have counseled.
Sure.
Yeah.
Payway.
But here's my point on that again. So this was, in two different angles, you have business decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You had Netflix said, we're going to give this guy who has a thing a budget because we know he'll bring in revenue and listeners and subscribers.
Of course.
Or we're going to give Zoolander 2 the green light.
Sure.
That's just bad business. That's what pisses me off the most.
Well,
why did you do that?
Here again, I was getting to that.
I understand.
Like,
I understand that point. But there's Adam, finish your point.
I was
Finish it.
just thinking, if you are that kind of executive who gets pitched that, who gets that screenplay, who gets that whatever,
Yeah.
and you are the laziest, most entitled, most complacent, most put upon for imaginary reasons, all you have to do at that point is you get that script and you see the title page on the top and it
Yeah.
says Zoolander 2 and goes, oh, I laughed when I saw Zoolander.
It's gonna be great.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Done.
gold, buddy.
Yeah.
Dune.
Yeah.
When's the next meeting,
Yeah.
Stacy? And
Oh, you gotta watch out.
yeah,
It's guaranteed
okay, cool.
money.
I'll be there in 5.
Okay.
And that's how it happened. Nobody actually put any fucking thought into it.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
they just said,
Yeah.
okay, I laughed at Zoolander 1. This must be great.
Sure. Yeah.
And then they went
I know,
off onto the next thing.
I understand though, like, because I don't know, I don't know what else you could actually pull out of that well wasn't deep in the first place.
No,
But
Zoolander,
sequels make their money.
The first Zoolander was a fantastic movie. I love it.
Well, yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
it could stand on its own. Just
Yeah.
like, thank God there hasn't been a Matrix sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, what a perfect
Oh.
movie.
Wait,
Have you seen the rebooting Stargate?
What?
Yes, sweet.
no.
Wait, the TV show or the movie?
No, the movie. This dropped
that.
like today.
Really?
TV show for life.
Is The Rock in it? Because Jesus Christ.
No casting's been assigned yet.
Okay.
So
So he is, yeah.
so
So yeah.
the reboot. So there's some backstory here. So the when Stargate came out, the movie was actually a huge hit.
Yeah.
Like $200 million in 1994 money.
Yeah. 1994 was the 90s were big on sci-fi. So
Yeah. So
And that was a good sci-fi.
when that movie came out, MGM owned the
No Fifth
product,
Element.
but the guys Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin, who did the movie, had nothing at all to do with the 20 years of TV shows. They were never allowed to touch the property. They had nothing about it.
Really?
Yeah, they did not own anything except the original character story ideas.
Oh,
Really?
that's-
Yeah.
so just the portals.
Yeah.
End of list.
Story ideas, basically.
Really?
Yeah. So apparently times have changed. They've finally been able to renegotiate the opportunity to revisit their product that
Yeah,
they created.
sure.
And to their credit, they say, well, we can't just do a sequel that takes place 20 years later. That's stupid.
Right.
And it would be a disservice to the property that has been developed for 20 years to try to take up after that left off. So they're just going to start from scratch. And apparently, when they made the first one, they had the idea to make it a trilogy to begin with. But at the time, people weren't really thinking about franchises and movies like they do now. So they always had a kind of a 3-story arc, and they didn't get to tell the story. So they're starting from scratch.
Honestly, I'm a little. I would remain skeptical.
They're not going to deny anything happened. They're just going to say that was that Stargate. This is our story.
Oh, they're rebooting Sliders, I think, too.
Why?
Well, so now here's the curiosity here. So, like, you brought up the idea that we didn't think of franchises in the same way before. Like, I don't think it'd be impossible to believe that there would have been 3 ETs if we would think of trilogies in the way that we do now, like just make sequels as much as we can.
Yeah.
I think Sliders and its concept was actually pretty neat. The casting was weird, and then it got weirder because they replaced people. But like the idea was really neat, but you just can't do that without at least having a budget, or at least being able to fake a budget. So for them to try to reboot that makes sense to me because it's like, well, also in the universe, like all they have to do is like wake up and be like, oh fuck. Oh, Marty, your kids. You got to think about your kids, Like,
Sliders basically was Rick and Morty. Their episode they go watch TV.
I couldn't help but notice that Rick and Morty is way better than Sliders was.
Oh, that is true.
Absolutely. Which is the reason why I think a new Sliders might be better.
Especially
but not a new version of Heroes because they missed the fucking boat on that. Jesus Christ.
So again, who is learning these lessons and who isn't? Because I think rebooting Sliders is a misguided.
At some point the problem is that someone doesn't need to learn a lesson. At some point all you have to do is have a producer credit and push something through because your cousin thinks that the Popples were hilarious, and let's make a live-action Popples.
Right, but he's the only one motherfucker in the world who gives a shit about Sliders.
And that guy gets $25 million for his, like, hey, let's bring Sliders back. Hey, more cocaine. More cocaine, please.
Fuck it. Vote for Trump.
Right.
Fuck it all.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's over.
But it comes down to misguided management is the thing. It's mismanagement from any place, any company, any industry. It will always have one person who's like, well, you're not going to fire me. So how about a Plastic Man movie?
How about you go fuck yourself? Yeah.
Well, sure. Yeah. And then
Plastic Man movie, I'm down for.
I mean, that's the whole story. It's Kevin Smith's story about the producer who made Wild Wild West and how he almost screwed up the Superman universe because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And he used to be a hairdresser. He failed upwards, is what Kevin Smith said. He literally used to be a famous person's hairdresser, and then he got to a point where he was a producer and he's making movies, and he's probably still making movies because it doesn't matter. Like, you just can't say that you hate Jews. That's the only rule in Hollywood. If you're rich enough, if you're high enough, you just keep doing it forever. You can't be MC Hammer either.
There's an exception to that, Mel Gibson.
Well, I mean, he's independently funding things, and also people are giving him money to make more. And he's making a sequel to The Passion of the Christ. You guys see that?
And say what you want, the man can tell a story.
He can tell a fucking story. That's true. Crazy as hell.
He also did say he hates the Jews.
No, I did see that. Is that really a thing? I saw that like on Colbert or something. But is he actually making a sequel?
As far as I know, he's actually trying to make a sequel to The Passion of the Christ.
But doesn't he die at the end?
Well, I mean...
No. He apparently rises again.
That's what I'm saying. The beginning of the movie says, 3 days later. And he's kicking ass.
The first half of the movie is the last half of the previous movie, and then 3 days later, card.
Last time on Passion of the Christ.
Previously on Passion of the Christ.
On a very special episode of Passion of the Christ. Jesus. He's not here anymore. The cave is empty.
I spent all day rolling this rock away.
It took 3 days. You didn't even check the body.
Well,
so I could bathe his corpse.
His hands hurt, so
like
it was
fucking
that's true.
Animal.
Special victims unit.
He had to use his forehead. That's the reason why Ash Wednesday has the cross on his forehead. Yeah. Because he was pushing the...
He had to bust
out.
out.
Bad premise.
Just headbutting the rock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry about that.
We're going to hell.
Hey, good. That didn't exist either.
That's true.
There was a thing, the Brock Turner guy, the rapist. I saw, I have some friends on Facebook who are religious. I have some friends on Facebook who are not religious. I have some friends on Facebook who love to think of themselves as Wiccan by whatever means, if that's still a fucking thing.
Just holding tenuously on to that 1960s invention.
I thought Wiccan was specifically only to tell your parents, no, that's why I like having sex with men and women. Boy or girl, whatever.
Pretty much, yeah.
But
at least in the 90s it was.
But it's apparently a bunch of witches in their
Steve Dick's fan club
in their individual covens or by themselves decided to all one day put out some time to hex Brock Turner.
Yep.
like with like the
I did see that.
numbers and stuff,
Yeah.
you know. And my response was, oh, you know, it'd be really fun because I can get a bunch of Christians to do the same thing. We could all just stand somewhere and do nothing, and we'll have the same fucking results, guys. Like it's the exact same shit, except for unless Rick Perry's praying for rain or fire.
In which case, the opposite occurs.
Yeah,
That is true.
Yeah,
Because if there is some kind of almighty being, that motherfucker hates him some Rick Perry, which kind of puts me in that guy's boat.
Well, I was thinking too is like we've had so many floods since Rick Perry left office. Like I think it was because all of those prayers were queued up, and God finally got around and was like, "Oh fuck, how many days of prayer did Texas have?" Like, let's do it all at once. Like, you want some rain, motherfuckers?
Yeah,
Like,
their lake's a little low.
yeah, yeah.
I keep going to that website,
And let's poison it for fun because I hate dogs.
which is sad.
Yeah.
Because all dogs go to heaven, so
Yeah.
what kind of weird cruel trick is that?
He's tired of the barking. Like he
He's
wants to.
fucking up to hearing dogs.
All dogs go to heaven, including the ones that won't fucking shut up at fucking midnight.
Yappy fucking little chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Damn old yeller.
Too soon.
No, it wasn't.
He got shot by his paw. So sad. Let's take another break. We'll come back with more show. Bye.
Wipe the dust off the canvas and wait till we break.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it felt good.
Shoes tripping on his deep groove. And the night's new, what a feeling, what a nice mood. A bam, boom, rock, we're here to rock you. It's like, damn, what a vibe. Woo. I got my own style.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Hey! Segment 4.
Letost.
Little segment. The second home, yeah. No, that was not French. That was Esperanto.
Tagalog.
This is the opportunity for a talk about anything we did not talk about that maybe happened over the week that we're interested in. We're just chilling. We're having a good old damn time with fun people.
Bitcoin Rose had a wrestling match. Is currently in the midst of a wrestling match, but it's in the 740s to 750s per Bitcoin
Yeah.
USD right now.
Yeah.
It has breached the $12 million market cap.
So,
It's
it
actually-
halves. It halves in half.
It halves very soon,
Yeah.
which will likely push it up again. Remember that last time where it was like it's over 1,000?
I got to like 12 or 13.
That was
or- yeah.
December about 2013, and
But that's when it crashed horribly.
no, it
Right
didn't.
afterwards.
What the first halvening added value to the point where it was like a big deal, and then it looked like it crashed. However, it's been a constant upward. Like
No,
it's really
did actually crash.
no.
It's just
It's-
it's rebounded since then.
you have to
the people, the
understand,
brokerage firms that were allowing the trade between the two were starting to have. They were having problems because it got really popular. The reason why it's expensive now is the same reason why it was expensive in 2013. Is that it got popular because they take the entire amount of Bitcoin, which is a finite amount. Let's say 1,000.
It's 21 million.
Well,
Is the
sure,
total
but
possible.
you say
amount of
1,000 just to keep it simple, and like they say, well, at once that hits a certain amount of money, they cut it directly in half. So there's only 500, and of course, people buy it before it cuts in half because people want it because it's now even an easier commodity, whatever. But when people started buying and selling like fucking crazy, a lot of the sites who were selling it and buying it for pennies before that, when it got to 1,200, they got hacked, they got fucking broken into, or their systems just couldn't handle the weight. They lost a lot of money. People there were some
Gox
people,
got
there were so well,
a lot of
and Mount
Gox, yeah,
Mount Gox, okay.
As far as Bitcoin specifically
But they were
and
never- yeah,
Bitcoin's
right.
blockchain, the only large like Ethereum's getting fucking destroyed right now,
Sure,
and it's not even a hack really. Like it's a loophole in their
and they're non-blockchain or
in their documentation. It's in their rules. Essentially, this guy essentially took 3 point something million Ethereum because nothing said he couldn't, because they explicitly stated nobody has the right to say whose is whose.
that's stupid.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is it libertarian?
Probably.
Yeah, one of the millions. Divided we fall.
That was for you, Chris.
The bonus to Bitcoin is if you actually go back, because like the crash after 2013, the crash in quotes there, like what it actually crashed down to was still like some massive percentage higher from where it
It was
started.
like 3,000% higher or something. Yeah.
Like so it didn't crash to the point where it's like you're back to where you started. It was still high, and then it climbed and bounced and rebounded. And
It was also
whatnot.
purposely reported as a crash in comparison to specifically to keep cryptocurrency from being a thing because Bernie Sanders wants to control it. You know, that's for Chris too. So yeah,
Merry Christmas.
You filthy animals.
You
that's my
filthy
kind of Christmas card.
Lloyd, have mercy.
In the name of the Lloyd.
Yeah. The Lloyd, our father.
But anyway, it is actually fairly exciting times, and like
is.
China's been a big, huge like reason for the.
It's
uptick.
pronounced huge. Get it right, God damn it, people.
Our dictator will be very upset when he listens to
Oh,
I
100% of these episodes.
I refuse. GIF.
did you see that?
It's Jiff. You're right. It's pronounced Jiff. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Did you see that dear leader officially proclaimed his love of Donald Trump? Yeah.
Shocking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un said, "No,
yeah.
yeah, Trump. He's doing a pretty good job over there. I like what he's got."
Yeah.
So there's your endorsement.
Yeah.
That is
Think about that.
Not shocking.
When the leader of North Korea says, "Hey,
Yes.
that Trump guy, he's got a few things I like. I like
When-
what he's doing over there."
When North Korea likes you,
Well, they have a lot in common. They both love having their name and picture plastered everywhere.
yeah,
They both
they
just
both love
say
being worshipped as gods.
they both say whatever the fuck they want, and
Yeah.
people will.
They've all had dinner with Dennis Rodman.
That's true. He's the
Oh
kingmaker.
man, Rodman.
Yeah.
Well, no, he cannot be a kingmaker because he made a movie with Dane Cook, and there you go.
But Dan Cook's very rich, so
But he's still Dane Cook.
and that's all that
doesn't matter,
right,
like-
guys?
He's still Kim Jong Il. No, ill. Excuse me, ill. You know. Sorry, dear leader. I didn't mean to mess up your name. Please don't kill
Yeah.
me.
Wait, no, he's
I'll see you in 7 episodes.
he's
Because it's 187.
187 on the podcast, guys.
Be the Koreanest episode you've ever seen. It's beautiful. I'll tell you.
Yeah. Careening into the woods.
Koreaning into the woods.
But yes, Kim Jong Il says
Yeah.
that Trump guy.
I think Putin's
He's
a
got
fan,
it going
too.
on.
Yeah, well, Putin actually, the official statement was he's willing to work with whoever becomes the next U.S. president.
Right.
What was the thing he said? That, like,
Which is
that
another way of saying
America's the
we're gonna-
only superpower left.
Yeah.
Because
We're going to keep
he said that?
fomenting
Yeah.
the Cold War again.
He's Putin on the Ritz.
yes,
Yeah,
he is Putin.
Putin on the
Ritz.
Trump.
Mm-hmm.
No, Putin said
Putin
like
on Airs,
Ritz is his
right?
horse.
there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
His
Hey,
horse
so
is
it's-
named Ritz.
My horse Ritz. No, but he actually did say like this came out like 2 days ago. Like Putin acknowledged that like America's the only superpower left.
Really?
Yeah, which I think is why he's saying I'll work with Donald Trump because
Because we need bread.
he's scary.
Yeah.
I thought I was
hear-
crazy.
I hear we need bread.
That's what I'm- that's
I
what-
have bread. I've heard others.
No, I'll
don't.
show you the reports. We don't
Yeah.
need bread. Our people are very happy.
Yeah, when Putin's worried about you.
No, the roof's not leaking. I'll show you the study.
God, I'm telling you, like I'm excited. Okay, let me say, I'm not excited for a Trump presidency, but I have said multiple times that the Cold War will come screaming back and it'll be fucking fantastic because our iPhones will get even better when they can be invisible. For example, you know, like so much spy shit's gonna come. Like spy places all over town will finally come like to real existence because there's one
Right.
over here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the spy shop.
There's
yeah.
a spy shop and it smells like cigars.
The guys currently closing that shop over there are still crossing their fingers.
For-
They're just like,
for Trump presidency,
Oh,
yeah.
we're going to be so popular.
Oh, that's not his fault. It's just Austin real estate.
That's true too, actually. Yeah.
Poor fella.
You say that actually there was a list of real estate cities where real estate has become completely ridiculous, and San Francisco is 5 and Austin's number 1.
Whoa.
We beat San Francisco.
The place, the like the most notoriously obscene place.
Yes.
Like New York is obscene, but in a different kind of
Right,
way.
so it makes sense in New
But
York,
San
'cause, like-
Francisco for years was proud to beat New York
Yeah.
as far as
So we did it.
cost.
San Antonio, I think,
Yeah.
also beat San Francisco somehow.
San Antonio can suck my balls. They've been trying to leech off Austin's popularity for so goddamn long.
Do you remember the taco war that never happened?
Yeah. You're still San Antonio. Suck it. Shut up.
Sure.
Go back to your
Sure.
shithole
Yeah.
water fountain. Wherever
Yes,
the hell
go
it
back
is.
to your pissy ass fucking dysentery river walk.
It's green.
You are not an actual city. Go away.
Yeah. Do you guys see that that gun sales for gays and lesbians has increased dramatically? In
Good for them.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm.
It still comes back to that Onion article that gorilla sales skyrocket after gorilla attack. Oh, whatever.
we'll save the gun talk for after hours.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. And some other things.
Mhm.
So it's time for us to give a toast. What do we learn, or what do we want to toast? Canfield.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to toast?
Uh,
We're going in a circle, so.
I would like to actually bring it back a little bit to South by Southwest and toast Nerdcore.
Nerdcore, yeah.
This is for Word Burglar and More and Less.
Ah,
More or less.
More or less.
More
yeah.
or less.
Yeah,
Your CDs are in my work vehicle. I listen to you constantly.
what's a
And,
CD?
It's a spinning disc.
It's something that happens in a work vehicle.
it's the
I will cheers that.
tiniest laser disc you've ever seen.
Oh, I understand that.
Yeah. And just more power to independent
More
artists.
power to more, of course.
Oh, yeah,
And
absolutely.
These guys are brilliant, and you should buy their songs.
Absolutely. I've been trying to, like, whenever I can.
He's
try
at
to
dual
push-
core because he will tell you to
push the
steal
big
his own
things,
music.
too. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Adam, what would you like to toast?
Tonight, I would like to toast the, I think it's Monera fried crab chips
Yeah.
Oh,
that I've had far too many of.
Of course. Yeah.
They are delicious,
Yeah.
and I love them.
Yeah.
And I really think they could take on shrimp chips.
I'll back that.
You see, because they come in a can, the crab chips.
They're also like miniature Pringles. This is what I decided.
Yeah.
The shape alone
Like puffy
puts
Pringles.
them kind of in the Pringle category, which is, let's face it,
The best
most
chip.
efficient chip.
Yeah. Like by design. Yeah.
By design.
Yeah, designed to be.
And these
yeah.
are just kind of like, this is a smaller version. You could actually put 3 of these.
They're not stacked like
in your
that,
mouth.
but I mean, like it's somewhere. It literally is somewhere between a puffy Pringle and like a cereal that we probably should not pour milk into, because it's crab. But it doesn't even taste like crab. It actually tastes like Popeye's chicken skin, like
It does-
fried chicken
it
skin.
does taste
It
like
does.
the skin.
You're not winning me over.
If they
You
paired
don't
up
like, you
with
don't like chicken, fried chicken skin?
You don't like fried chicken?
no, I take the skin off.
if they
You
paired
don't
up
eat the
with
skin.
siracha, those chips would be unbelievable.
You know,
gonna-
we could probably do that.
They're
I'm
excellent by themselves.
I'm at MT like tomorrow,
Sure. To
getting a can, and I'm putting
It's
sriracha
literally-
on some of those
It's a
motherfuckers.
big ass can. It's even like Pringles, kind of like in
Yeah.
that sense. Big can you peel off, but I think the
Like those shoestring French fries kind of style.
yeah, like that, yeah. And I think the catchphrase is even something like "now with more natural." Like it's so
Yes, now with more natural.
finally more natural,
Can't argue with that.
viciously natural.
100%.
Dylan, do you have anything you want to toast tonight?
Don't live in Florida.
Don't live in Florida. Don't.
Cheers to that.
You stole my toast.
I demand a recount.
But for those who do, and I have a lot of friends and family who do, I'm glad you guys are okay.
Yeah. Guess. Again, after hours.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to do a simple toast. I'm going to toast anyone who's ever listened to the show, people especially who've been listening for 3 years.
The best caller ever.
Who's
Yeah, thank
sticking
you for
through
the
us.
caller.
Yeah, it was awesome. If you want to call 412-440-7468. If you're listening to this, you know we record on Saturdays. If you ever just want to call randomly, like we have the shit set up so we can just call at any point, and we will take your call. We'll answer your questions. Or you can leave a voicemail or send a text. But
Or
I got
direct
into the
us on
spiel.
what you want us to talk
I
about.
got into the spiel, but the truth of the matter is, like, if you're listening to this and you're still big fans of us, like, we fucking appreciate you.
Yes,
It'd be
thanks.
cool to if you could reach out, but also just keep listening. Tell a friend. That means a lot to us.
Yeah.
And stuff. So cheers to that.
To-
Cheers.
to the fans.
Yeah.
All one of you.
I want to thank everyone for listening to this episode of the show. Kay and Phil, thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Always. You have anything you want to plug?
Myself and my IT career.
Okay.
and
Okay.
As an amateur programmer.
Your LinkedIn social account? Like, you want to, before Microsoft buys it, do you want to?
That's already happened.
No,
yeah.
nope. Not going to do
I
it.
still can't believe it's
Yahoo!
billions with a B, a billion.
Yeah. $196 a share. For what? A list of names?
A list of professionals, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
that's there's your Bitcoin.
Adam, thanks for coming to hang out with us.
Thank you for having me. As always,
Do you have,
there's nothing
anyone-
else that I want to do.
Anyone you want to plug or anything you want to do?
I'd like to plug Drunkcast as well as Bitcoin.
Sure. Yeah.
Look the fuck into it. It's not scary.
Bernie Sanders will hate this one trick.
Yeah,
Bleed number 6.
the one trick that socialists just hate.
And Dylan, of course, thank you for helping me run the
Just
show.
happy to be here.
Do you have anything you want to plug?
Nope.
Any friends that are doing stuff or?
Yeah.
Something.
I'm pretty sure all my friends are here or listening. So all
Andrew-
six of us.
Andrew will be here soon too. So
All 7 of us.
Oh shit!
Adam, you have a question.
Sorry, no, I have a statement.
Oh, we run out of time. So, no. What were you going to say?
Something I forgot to mention. Andrew Kilgore, otherwise known as the brilliant Fresh Kills.
Fresh Kills, yeah.
Sent me a pamphlet that I'm going to email to you. It is about a fairly reduced cost.
I got this stuff to read. My first year in college. I got this pamphlet you should check out.
If
I'm going to scan it first. Sorry.
We're listening.
Yeah.
if it's more of a musician's exposure thing.
Cool.
It's a complete package. He does a ton of footwork in Canada, where he lives.
Yep.
As through college radios and a bunch of other like connections that he's gotten for a very reasonable price. And I will email that or forward that to you
Cool.
that he sent me.
Cool.
Because it's a pretty fucking great idea. And if we could pump that a little bit.
Hey, we love
he's
Canadians
open.
here, so-
He's
Yeah.
literally open for anything. And
Ithy?
And like,
Ithy, really?
we're
musically speaking.
100% always going to try to signal boost any of the Canadians because they're fucking awesome
Yeah.
dudes.
And Kills is an incredible producer
He's so nice, too.
and just a wonderful dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's got a really good idea, and I think it needs some more love.
So,
And-
website, Twitter handle?
At Fresh Kills is his Twitter.
There you go.
Yeah,
you
Fresh
can
Kills
also-
with one L.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with one L.
Yeah.
Canadians. They can't spell.
It's so silly. It's so silly and so cute.
He's dope. I'll play you guys some shit.
Yeah.
It's really good.
He was actually just in Studio Q.
Sure.
Doing
wrap
that
up.
thing.
Very, very excited for that. I really want to hear more from. I would love, especially now that we can actually take phone calls. We can do full interviews now with people who aren't. We have to try the Skype thing out because we have to be drinking at the same time. They have to be seeing us. You know, that's the one rule we have is like we at least have to be somewhat like
Somewhat present.
not somewhat present.
Yeah.
We can test that a little bit more. But we will figure that out. We will find that out. If you know anyone you'd like to be on the show, please contact us at questions or bookings. Booking at drunkcastlive.com.
Booking or bookings?
I think it's bookings.
Or questions.
I think both of them. Questions is the easy way. But anyway, so let me go get through the spiel. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Drunkcast. If you want to know more about the show, if you like the show, you can go to drunkcastlive.com. That's drunkcastlive.com. And you can see our updates and other things. Actually, I've been using Facebook a lot for the social. Like I've been pushing things on Facebook specifically, stuff that's interesting, and maybe to the show or to myself. Maybe I'll put that on the blog at some point as well. I don't know if anyone actually goes to the blog, but whatever. That's that. You can go to at Drunkcast Live on Twitter. We're at Drunkcast Live on Facebook. We're at Drunkcast Live Pics on Instagram. If you want to go to Instagram and see some of the pictures that I've been trying to put up of things and like some stuff and whatever. The easiest way, of course, is still just the main website, but Facebook is easy. 412-440-7467. That's 412-440-SHOT. That's the phone number you can call to leave a message or text us or call during the show again. We're on the Stitcher Store or the iTunes Store. Go to iTunes Store specifically and try to upvote some stuff or put some comments. We love those. They're very, very fun. And get us a little bit more exposure. And, if you want to throw us some money, drunkcastlive.com/donation. Donate. And maybe we'll do a thing that you request. If you request a thing, we'll do it. We'll drink something maybe gross, or at least one of us will. And we'll talk about how gross it is or how gross it wasn't, whatever, or movies that suck. For you guys. That's it. Did I miss anything? No. Excellent. Well, thank you, and we love you, and we'll see you next week.
Hot.
We come to let you know what the deal is.
I actually got a call. That was weird. I liked it.